stop thinking about these songs. So doctor does like a physical on him, looks in his head, and he goes,
Why would you do a physical?
Just roll with me.
I'm rolling.
He goes, all right.
Thunderbolt.
So it looks like you have Tom Jones syndrome. And the guy's like, Tom Jones syndrome? What is that? Is that bad? He's like, no, it's not bad, but it's also not unusual. So we'll have to start treatment pretty soon. Yeah. All right. Wow. You had them ready before the joke, and now you can't find them? Wow. Oh my God.
Oh, is that the joke?
Yeah, it's not unusual. Not unusual. Hello? Is this...
Yeah, what's up?
Is this on?
Wait, yeah. Are you saying something?
Joe, where's the cricket?
Oh, you really wanted to...
Joe, you really dropped the ball on that one.
Dropped the thunder ball.
All right.
Moving on.
Sean, cancel Nerdvana.
I'm trying to get something.
Oh, my God, Joe. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm messing it up.
You have the list of topics. Move on.
Give me the list.
Right.
Give me over the Kids' Choice
Give me the list.
All right.
You have. All right. Let's move on. All right.
I just can't believe you actually said that.
Yeah, no, we did. So we, Joe and I actually played a game of Cards Against Humanity.
Great game.
It's so amazing.
You know what it is?
Out of its mind. It's nuts.
You know what it is? It's...
All right, no, the window's closed.
Okay.
The window is closed. We gotta wipe you off the window.
Why did it take so long to get that?
Because apparently there's like a million songs called with the word unusual in it.
Not unusual. Just search Tom Jones, you idiot.
I did, and there's like a million Tom Jones songs in here.
Oh my God.
You could type Tom Jones unusual.
You could.
Hold
well
on.
done.
Let's see if it works.
Or Tom Jones, you. Anyway.
All right, so what else?
So we played a Cards Against Humanity
that was
game.
cancer.
It was great. I had a really fun time.
Who played? Just you two?
Me and Joe, my girlfriend, her brothers, and a friend of ours.
Her brothers and they all think I'm nuts.
Yeah. So we played.
What typical what you picked for your username?
Yeah, we played. Wait, what? Oh, your username.
No, your username. I'm saying.
My username was Massveer. His was Paul Walker. And
you guys have usernames? Is this played online?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's an online version of Cards Against Humanity. You can check it out on Google.
And it's free.
It is free, which is cool. It's a lot of fun, and anybody can
crushed
play.
that game.
You
with
did.
a car.
Yeah. You wrapped that game around a pole.
Oh,
anyway,
why would you say that? That's mean. I can't. There's not enough buttons to hit for that one.
The game was lit. And these jokes are fire. Anyway, so do we still have that?
Yeah, I don't get rid of anything.
Anyway,
Sean's gonna delete all these.
So PAX East also is coming up.
Pip this weekend apparently.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
It's what's it called? It's Easter this weekend. No.
Yeah, but I don't know how the turnout's going to be.
Yeah, who's going out on Easter?
The Jews.
Well, listen to Rabbi Pearl. So
on Sunday.
No, I used to work at a movie theater, and a lot of Jewish people would come on whether it be Christmas or Easter or whatever holiday
big
they don't
for
celebrate. Chinese food and for movies.
Yeah, that seems to be the tradition.
Yeah.
But,
I would go see a movie on Easter.
It was really funny. I actually asked somebody why that's the tradition, and they're like, well, those are the only two things that are open.
Yeah.
So,
well, why isn't it the tradition is the better question.
I think that's really funny.
I've seen movies on Easter. I saw Liar Liar back in the day on Easter. Good stuff. Jim Carrey in his prime.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a weird weekend for that kind of stuff, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. What else happened? Oh, over the weekend. So let's talk about your movie, Pacific Rim.
Yes. Thank you.
Now this movie overtook for number one in the box office.
Yes, it did. It took over Black Panther.
It had 28 million. Black Panther scored 16 million. Not that far behind it. And I can only imagine that Christian film about the band Mercy Me. The song, that came in number 3 with 13 million. That movie's been out of nowhere with that one. I believe that movie's budget was only like $7 million.
That's still really good, though.
And they've made like 30 million on it, which is incredible. So good for them. I wish them the best of luck. But Pacific Rim had a budget of $150 million. And they made $28 million. Justin, what do you think of that?
Well, I'll tell you this. It did very well internationally. It made over $150 million internationally. So right there, it's matched its budget, but usually films tend to spend 3 times that amount on marketing. So if Pacific Rim could make, $400 million worldwide, which it won't. It will garner a profit, but it looks as if it's not going to. Because by next week, this movie, I predict, since I nailed the prediction of its box office this week, I would assume this week it's going to drop significantly, especially with Ready Player One coming out and Isle of Dogs being, getting its wide release. I would expect it to hit maybe $10 million this week.
I've heard only amazing things about Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs is getting really good reviews. I love that director. I love his previous foray into animation with the fantastic Mr. Fox. I think this movie is going to be great. I've been looking forward to it.
Right?
Yes, he does really good in at voice acting.
Well, George Clooney. Can't go wrong.
And he's going to be one of the voice actors in this movie, Isle of Dogs, which also has Jeff Goldblum in it, who's one of my favorites. Bill Murray. It's the normal Wes Anderson
Bryan
crew. Cranston's in it.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes. Yoko Ono's in it.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Because there's a lot of because it's like the cast is either full. It's like half the cast is Japanese and half the cast is English speaking. Also in it is Edward Norton, who's a very good actor as well. So
Tilda Swinton's also in there too.
Who dat?
You would know her. She's like always the bad girl.
She's pretty.
Sure.
Yeah. So
and Frances McDormand. Who just won an Oscar
winner, 2-time Oscar winner, Frances McDormand.
So there you go.
I saw.
And Liev Schreiber.
Oh, he's great. He has a phenomenal voice.
There's a ton of people in this movie.
Yeah, it's a big cast.
Oh man.
I would assume they didn't get paid much for it. I think they probably did a favor for Wes Anderson because
they did it for the allure of working with Wes Anderson. Yeah, and Wes Anderson.
They've all done movies previously with him for the most part. I know Scarlett Johansson has, Bill Murray has, and Edward Norton's in a ton of his. I'm surprised Jason Schwartzman's on this movie because he's in a lot of Wes Anderson movies as well. But
he's got a lot of good movies under his belt. Yeah, Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
he got a lot of good ones, like the Budapest Hotel. That was his most recent one, I believe.
I did not see that one. I saw the. What was the one with the 2 kids where they go
Moonrise?
Camping? Moonrise Kingdom. That was really good.
That was a really good one.
Rushmore's a really good movie. I'm trying to think.
The Royal Tenenbaums is another one, right?
I've never seen that, but yes, that is one of his movies.
He's been around a long time. I didn't realize how old Wes Anderson really is.
I gotta say he's at least 50, right?
Yeah, he's 48.
Rushmore came out in 1997, so that's over 20 years ago. He's been doing this stuff.
It's crazy how long he's been doing it.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. So I can't wait for Isle. I can't wait for Isle of Dogs. I definitely want to go see it. It looks odd, but I want to go see it.
I see all the ads for it on YouTube every time I watch a video, and at first I was getting annoyed by them, so I was kind of like, I hate that. Whenever you see an ad for a movie like over and over and over again, you kind of just get annoyed with it.
Right.
But Iowa Dogs is the one where I actually sit there and I'd watch the ad every single time because it just looks super interesting and super artsy, and it is very classic Wes Anderson.
I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be a really good
It's going to be a breath of fresh air.
And honestly, I feel like if you just I like the way that they're doing it too. They're only really promoting it on YouTube. Like, how many commercials have you seen for this movie?
I haven't seen too many commercials. I saw a trailer for it this weekend for some movies I saw.
Well, yeah, because now it's getting closer to release time.
On television, I don't really watch television, so I really couldn't tell you.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, Joe watches the most TV out of all of us, but I saw one commercial for Iowa Dogs, and that's it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any, and I'm glued to my TV.
This movie is almost getting exclusively YouTube hype and word of mouth hype. But then again, YouTube is the biggest advertiser, right?
But if done right, that could be extremely effective with the word of mouth and just
word of mouth is the most powerful advertising
absolutely
of all time.
So you know what? This could definitely be not an out of nowhere, since obviously we all know about it, but this could be one of those sleepers, not a big marketing push, not a lot of money spent.
It could be the next Shape of Water. Shape of Water didn't really have a big push either.
Yes and no.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I didn't see anything about the Shape of Water until it came out.
Yeah, but then as it came out, it really got ramped up.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's going to do that yet.
I mean, by now with Isle of Dogs, this is the week of its release. Shape of Water was getting a lot of commercials, a lot of airtime. This has literally been getting none. They're literally just letting this take its coattails. So far, at least. So hopefully something like that remains. Because I think that could work for a movie like this, one of those like artsy kind of movies.
Yeah. I mean, I expect it to not do too well in its opening weekend, especially, like I said, with some of the bigger action movies being released in the last couple of weeks. I would expect it to maybe make like $12 million, which is good.
I'm trying to find out what the budget for the movie was.
I don't know. It's got to be up there because it's, well, like I said, the cast is big and the animation's really intricate. But I would assume, like I said earlier, the cast is not, making their... Obviously, they're not making their normal salary because, Scarlett Johansson demands like a $20 million salary. She's obviously not getting that for this animated role.
I can't... I cannot seem to get...
It's probably in like a $50 million range. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that.
Say?
Yeah.
All right, well, I wish I could get it here, but I cannot get
Why don't you ask Siri?
Nah.
I'll ask Siri.
Ask Siri.
What is the budget for Isle of Dogs?
No way she gets it.
I don't know.
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the budget for Isle of Dogs.
How does she actually hear
I don't know if she actually has an answer to it, though.
All right, whatever. Any other big movies come out that you saw, Justin?
Yeah,
Pacific Rim?
I saw Pacific Rim, so
Yeah.
I should give a review on that.
Yeah,
okay.
give a quick review.
Oh, it was awful. It was the worst movie I've seen all year. I got to say that. It was just...
Colton's dreams are crushed.
No, they're not crushed because, if you want them... why was it bad? Tell me.
Because there was no action for the first, hour and 15 minutes of the movie. None of the characters had any emotional attachment. I wouldn't care if a character got split into a million atoms. There was no chemistry between the cast. It was very forced cliche, which I wouldn't mind, especially with a movie like this, because the first one, as we've said, isn't an Oscar-winning movie, but I felt more of an attachment towards the characters in that film. And the action, there was a lot of action in the first movie. This movie, you don't see the monsters come to the planet till essentially the climax of the film. There's a fight between two robots sprinkled in the middle. But as far as, actually getting action going in the movie, very little action. And that's what I was kind of hoping for with this movie. It would be an action film. But the real bad part, it was... I don't know if either of you guys have seen Independence Day Resurgence.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that level of awfulness as far as...
remaking?
About caring about characters and just, the cliche...
They're all just cookie-cutter characters, basically?
There's a love interest that's kind of shoehorned in, kind of. There's one character...
Didn't they try to do the Creed thing where it was the commander's son?
Yeah, but that's more of even... I wouldn't even say that's more of a Creed thing. I think that's exactly like the Independence Day Resurgence movie, where they show a picture of Will Smith.
Yeah.
And his son becomes a pilot. It's literally the same exact plot, and the ending is literally the same exact ending to both movies.
If I've seen Independence Day Resurgence, I've seen Pacific Rim too.
Yes, but I enjoyed Independence Day more. And that's saying something, because at least Independence Day had some of the returning characters, whether it's Bill Pullman's character or Judd Hirsch or even Vivica A. Fox. And
or Goldblum.
Oh, and Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, that's right.
You can't go wrong with Goldblum.
Yeah, and this was not a good movie. If you're going to see it, though, definitely see it in the theaters. I saw it on a nice big screen. And when there was action, it was very good. But it's...
There's just not enough.
Especially, there's one part where there's just forced romance. And they try and do a one-liner joke. It doesn't work.
Oh.
The villain in the movie...
Forgettable?
Just...
There was a villain.
I don't even want to tell you who it is or what it is, because it is laughable.
Oh.
And listen, you could go and you might like it though, Colton.
Sometimes I like a bad movie every now and then because what?
Yeah, like Geostorm.
Geostorm. Listen, I like 2012. 2012 was a fun movie.
Yeah, but at least that had action going on the whole movie.
At least they tried.
Yeah, it was the dumbest movie I'd ever seen, but it was still pretty fun to watch.
And with John Cusack, who can't laugh.
Yeah.
And he also directed... The guy who directed 2012 actually directed the Independence Day movies.
Oh, okay.
He's terrible. Roland Emmerich. He's probably the worst director of all time.
You think so?
Really?
He's up there. He's got 2 good movies.
But, like,
The
Independence
Patriots.
Day
The
was so
Patriots
good.
really good.